Well, thank you once again. You've joined us to look upon what we could share the most, but also we really appreciate your presence. Now, today I'm going to share with you a few stories, but this story, unfortunately, it's not stories, it's just a story. It's a story. Now, I'm going to share with you a story, but also it's quite very important because from this story you're going to learn what key things should you be observing. Now, when you're going to select a supplier, what are you going to look upon? What things should you consider? Okay, so I'll go straight forward on it. So a few days before, I was passing around the market and I quite have met a lady. Yeah, she was a lady. Purely, she was a lady. I remember it. So she was with a seller in a shop trying to lament that goods that they were sent to her, they were not very quality, meaning that it was either the size or it was the quality or it was even the number of goods were not correctly as she ordered. Maybe there were few, you see. So because if there were many, she wouldn't lament. So there were less maybe. So unfortunately, due to that, I would say that she was very angry, very bitter. Um, and unfortunately, she claimed that she wanted her money back for that. But the seller would have refused, and unfortunately, it was he. So he refused to pay back the woman. And she was just lamenting because she had no claim, what to claim. There was no receipt, there was no any of the, I would say, yes, I would say that there were no receipt, there were nothing to claim that the money was sent direct to the person. And unfortunately, they are not registered as a company, it's just a business. They negotiate maybe through an app or you got numbers from a friend and they kind of try to just buy from them. So the lady was really angry and she moved kindly from there, just lamenting with nothing, and her money was lost. Now, I don't know what else was inside that. Let's just leave it to there. But I kept this story to share with you today because I thought it was very interesting for you to learn. Now, unfortunately, I'm going to share with you a few of the things that you should regard when you're going to choose who will be my supplier. One of the things you should look on reliability. From this person, can he or she or this company, can it be reliable in terms of you don't want to miss some goods because you have less capital? So can they support you? Then after sales, would you bring back the money to the owner and pay back maybe with an interest? It depends on your terms and goals or terms and conditions which the seller would have given you. But also, what would be the quality of the items that you're going to get from that person? Unfortunately, by knowing the quality, you know what you, if you are also a seller in another country, you'll have already known that with a certain quality is what my customers' needs are. So it is going to help you also to bring to your customers something that is very, very unique. And regardless of the price, I would say, but the quality is what they need. Because most of the customers, I will tell you the truth, is that they regard the quality. It's a very key item. But also, I'll pass you through the value of money. Okay, so how much are you willing to pay? If it would, I've said, would have prepared my $2,000 to buy out some let's say some shoes. Okay, with this amount of money, I'll be able to spend only 2,000. Now the seller who comes from there and say that I'll sell this as 2,500. Are you ready to go for it? Not because it's safe, but because you're willing to pay extra that amount of money that you're going to go for it. So you should know that. You should look upon the value of your money. But more, we would say that a strong service that the person serves. Business is language. I will tell you something, perhaps that many people would have ignored it. Something may not be very worthy, but trust me, it's a matter of language. Business is language. How do you talk to your customers? Bad customer service destroys the whole business. Good customer service brings in more business. because people get to hear from others and learn what is needed. Okay? What is needed is what others share also from you. So let's say you served customer A very well. Customer A will talk to a friend or his friend, and they would share about it, and perhaps they would, you would get more customers from that if they would want to, with regards less to other factors remaining constant. But last but not least, also I would say is financial security. Okay, so if you're going to look for a supplier, you should know that if I'm going to be relying on this person for this amount of time, how long are they going to be in business? Because they could be in business for 5 years or 10 years, while you are planning to have or to be in business for 30 years. Now, if they get out of the market, it will be hard for you to get the right supplier at a certain time, which they have already gone out of the market. So you should know for your suppliers who you wish to have, for what amount of time they will be in business, so as when they leave, you wouldn't be distracted. Because the longer they are in the market also increases your survival. And if you rely on them, you know that you're going to improve and grow and grow and grow until you excel at a point of being also a top supplier or even producing the same item by yourself. So with those few, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you once again in the next video, whereby we are going to share more tips on it. And unfortunately, you're going to enjoy it because we are going to share how should you go for it. How should you choose? There are things to be regarding them. Now, in the next video, I'm going to share with you. Don't plan to miss out. Check me out. Remember, scams are many. Just watch me out on the next video and you shall enjoy. You're welcome.